Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. We are doing a film study on Nick Whiteside here. Legendary performance. Former UFL product. Alright, 2 tackles, 3 pass breakups, and a 90.6 defensive grade. Now in this particular play, one-on-one opportunity for Baker Mayfield with Emeka Egbuka. And I'll show you guys this other angle because he's going to be able to get his arms or his hand up on this ball. But nice route by Emeka. Flag is for illegal motion, and the Lions are going to decline this because it's 3rd and 3 or 3rd and 4, something like that. I like how quick he opens up his hips right when Emeka makes his stride to get downfield. Quick hips, turns back to locate this ball. One thing Emeka does such a great job of, even as a rookie, is not bringing his hands up until the very last minute to catch a football. And you'll see from this other angle, but you see how late Emeka's hands get up. The good news is Whiteside's already got his head turned and is able to get his hand up there at the last second. All right, here we go. Here's the other angle of that play. Baker makes this ball, and you see at that last second, the ball barely changes course, and Emeka's right hand, both hands just are not in the proper position. They're a little bit too low. It's hard to see super zoomed out, but Whiteside's able to get his hands up there. The last NFL game he played in, well, actually, he was a preseason standout for the Detroit Lions. He had a really solid first 4 games and then kind of got burnt in the last game, doesn't make the roster. They signed him to a practice squad, and we saw him actually last week make his NFL or his Lion debut. And it was mostly, I believe, actually all of it was on special teams, but no Terrion Arnold, no Kirby Joseph, no Brian Branch, no Vontae Maddox, no DJ Reed. And we just saw all these guys pretty much from like preseason step up in unbelievable ways for this Detroit Lions team. But this UFL legend right here, or UFL product, just had a legendary Lion defensive debut. All right, moving to the 4th quarter. We got a one-on-one here with Emeka Egbuka. It is 4th and 8. All right, there is 4.5 minutes left in this football game. Tampa obviously badly, desperately needs a touchdown. And you're going to get a pass breakup here, and he actually almost intercepts this. And the other angle will show you a little bit of a better illustration. But Baker, there's no Mike Evans, there's no Chris Godwin. And I really like how, so looking back, he's making his break, and right, excuse me, oh my goodness, right when this ball is thrown, he's still not looking at where the ball is, turns back immediately, the football is right here, locates this, times it, jumps up, and actually almost intercepts this football. And it's kind of hard to see these in real time or just zoomed out from the all-22 angle, but he almost intercepts this football, and this is his 3rd and final pass breakup, seals the deal for the Detroit Lions to come away with this victory. The defensive line did a great job. Welcome back, Aleem McNeil. Aiden Hutchinson had a great football game. The linebackers, Derek Barnes, had a really good football game. And this defensive back room, so many of these players stepped up. Amik Robertson, Mollett, and obviously Nick Whiteside. All right, 2 plays later, another one-on-one right here, Emeka and Nick Whiteside, another pass breakup. And I guess technically it was 3 pass breakups in this football game, and we'll show you obviously the 2-point conversion attempt that he gets his hands in. The announcers were going crazy. I don't know if this is when Troy Aikman said this is like the most impressive defensive performance of all time, but I'll show you this end zone angle. One-on-one with Emeka. And this is huge, man. This is, 2 plays before the last one we just showed you. There's 4.5 minutes left in this football game. It's 24-9. Baker Mayfield and Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they've been able to find ways to come back. Game-winning football drives, almost like every Tampa victory up until this point. Or, yeah, because they obviously lost this game. But you get what I'm saying. Pretty much up until 2 weeks ago against San Francisco, where I think Tampa won by 10 points or whatever it was, they had a lot of 4th final drive comebacks. And you see Whiteside obviously timed this perfectly. He's tracking, his head's on the football. gets up there at the perfect time, a little bit underthrown because Baker Mayfield getting some pressure. Anzalone, it looks like, right on him. He's got to back foot it, and Whiteside does not allow it. Huge 90.6 defensive grade. He was pretty much perfect. Now, those last two clips I just showed you on the Bucks' last scoring possible drive, those were two plays that are pretty much impossible to beat. In the context of this is the pass breakup here, 2-point conversion. I believe it was the first possession for Tampa to come out of this third quarter, and Detroit dominates this first half, and the final or the score at halftime, 14-3. It's not indicative of what we're watching, and Tampa just stays in this football game. And they come out here in the third quarter, they go down the field, they score a touchdown. If they convert this this 2-point conversion, it's 14-11. It's a one possession or field goal game, and this, Tampa doesn't end up scoring, and Nick Whiteside is a huge reason why on the, two plays we just showed you that they don't score. But this one was huge, and this is what really piqued my interest watching this football game. I believe Baker Mayfield's probably looking for Emeka Egbuka here in the corner, and then last minute he decides that's not open. Cade Otton gets a pretty decent step right here. If you throw this football, if Baker, he's not looking, but if you throw this football, Whiteside maybe he's not able to get, doesn't have good inside leverage, but Baker's looking the other way, jumps up on this ball. Whiteside gets his hand in here, and this just felt huge. It just felt huge. It felt like Tampa, the touchdown was not as important because they didn't get this 2-point conversion. I guess that angle actually does not show you pretty much anything, but this is phenomenal play. Like I said, first game since 2013. Oh my goodness gracious, could you imagine? First game since 2023. It's just crazy. All these guys, Mollett, Hallett, Rocky Sin before his injury, Thomas Harper, Whiteside, I'm just going through it. Lawrence Strickland, I think he had 13 snaps. They were nice. These guys just did such a good job, and I wanted to talk about this because we did our post-game recap over on Will Upton yesterday, and the Detroit Lions are now 5-2. I said it yesterday. Could not imagine this team being 4-3 heading into their bye week the way they've looked in the first month and a half of the season. But folks, that's all I have for you today. Thank you for watching. Hit that like button, hit that sub button for a couple of Lions videos every single week. There's no game next week, obviously in the bye week, so let me know. We got plenty of time to make a ton of Detroit Lion film studies. Let me know if there's anything you're looking for, offensive or defensive or specific players. Be sure to let me know down below. Have a great rest of your day. Enjoy this victory week and bye week, and we'll see you soon.